I was so pleased with the way the installation went of the ecobee smart thermostat, and especially how it responds to commands by Alexa, which I've been doing a lot of lately. I now have 5 dots in the house. I have one here in the family room, I have one in the kitchen, I have one in the hallway now, and because it's part of the thermostat, and I have one in my bathroom upstairs, and I have one next to me in the bedroom. So I've got company in the house now whenever I want to have a conversation. But I was so thrilled by the way that it was working, the thermostat, that I decided to make a video of it. And then I found while I was making the video, it was very difficult to hold the iPhone steadily in front of the thermostat. It wobbles about a bit, and I thought, this isn't going to be very good. So I decided to look into how these gimbals work. And among the various gimbals, there's one that Apple sells, and that had a sale on it. So I went and bought this gimbal. And this is known as a DJI Osmo Mobile 2 gimbal. And what it is there's a mount to put your iPhone in that has a gimbal attached to it. And then the arm is attached to yet another gimbal. And then finally the whole apparatus is attached to a third gimbal. So it's free to rotate in all 3 axes. And it's set up in such a way with the gyroscope mechanisms that it holds the camera steadily, or certainly more steadily than you can with your hand. And it responds also to software commands, so you can actually mount it on a tripod and tell it to follow the movement of an object as it moves around in front of the camera. And as you'll see in the demonstration, I've got an example of that. So I was so excited with the way this works, I decided to make a second video of how the gimbal works. And that's what you're about to see. So hopefully you get a kick out of this. Using the software that's displayed on the screen of the iPhone, you can set it to track an object in the field of view. And as you walk around it or past it, the camera turns to keep that object as close to the center of the view as possible without you having to worry about doing it. It's interesting. The gimbal has a zoom button on it too, so you can zoom in and out. I think maybe I ought to slow that down with some of the software. And you don't need to touch the screen, which is also good. Okay, so I've got it in selfie mode sitting on the gimbal. And I've drawn a square around my face so that it knows what I look like. And I've told it to track me. So in theory, even though there's nobody operating the camera right now, it's just on the tripod, it should follow me around. It should try to keep that object that I drew the square around in the picture. So here, see it tilts up, and now I'm going to sit down here on the side of the couch, and I'm going to get up again and walk over here. It's really, it's really quite interesting, isn't it, how it does all of this. I'm all the way over here now, and now I'm going to try to go back. Weird, huh? It's cold out, but it's very sunny out. Yeah, how's this doing here? So I'm going to walk outside. I'm just using it as a steady cam right now, not tracking anything in particular. But head outside and see how smooth it is as I step down the steps. That wasn't too bad. And now I'm heading toward the back. The winds have blown all the leaves off the tree. and blown all of the little conkers off of the I'm going to pan around a little bit, and I've now set the pitch lock, so if I start to lower the camera toward the ground, it should still stay facing. In fact, I'm almost touching the ground right now. I don't know what kind of picture that is. Now I'm bringing it back up, and I'm raising it up in the air, and walking around with it way above my head. It should be interesting to see how shaky this is, because I can feel I'm shaking. Now we're back to the bright sun, but we'll head on back into the house and see how this looks. It looks pretty good so far.